Hi there, my name is Janelle and welcome to Skaha Yoga. Today we are going to focus our little sequence on finding joy. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. I want you to be playful within your movements. I want you to feel free to move your body in however it feels good. I would even encourage you to put on a couple of your favorite songs in the background so you can just move and groove and find that little bit of lightness today. So we're going to start in downward dog. So once you've got all that sorted, come onto your mat and work your way into downward dog. So just take a full breath here and try and find your center. Okay? If downward dog doesn't suit you right off the bat, you can always start in a child's pose. So just listening to your body, what time of day it is that you're doing this sequence, what feels good. If you are in your downward dog, we're pressing into those hands, softening the knees, lifting the hips up towards the sky. Okay, try to focus on lengthening our back. And now just if that movement is calling to you, maybe your hips sway side to side, maybe bending in the knees. And I encourage you to take your feet out nice and wide on your mat, width distance apart. And now just settle into that down dog and see how that feels. Pressing into those fingertips. Feel that length, feeling that length in your neck as your head is being pulled down towards the ground. Let's bring our feet side to side, right in the center. So snuggle up those big toes. Take a breath and settle those hips. From here, let's take our right foot and we're going to just bend the knee, but keep the knee side by side. So just bending that right knee, kind of pulling our heel in towards our glutes. And now we're going to lift that knee up towards the sky, but still keeping the knee bent. Hips are closed still. And now let's lengthen that foot out. Find that breath. And now maybe we'll stack the hips. Why not? For fun. Open that hip up to the side. Spread your toes. Beautiful. Let's take a breath in and really lengthen up with the leg. And as we exhale, we're going to bring that knee forward into our chest. Coming into our plank. Let's take a breath in, sweep it up. And as we exhale this time, we're going to bring it to our same elbow. And then sneak it across to the other elbow. One more time, the same elbow. And then back up tall. Take a breath in. And place that foot down to meet the other. And let's just give our hands a little bit of a break. So coming onto our elbows, bending in those knees if we need to. Just flipping our wrists up. Wiggling those fingers. Clasping into a bit of a fist maybe. Okay, let's come back up onto our hands. And start with our left leg. So left leg, let's tuck that heel in towards our glutes. Still pressing into our fingertips nice and strong. Okay, not putting too much pressure into our wrists. Lifting those hips up towards the sky. Okay, let's kick that foot up towards the ceiling, but keeping the knee bent. And now we straighten the legs, stretch those toes. And now maybe we stack the hips. Let that foot float up a little bit higher. Let's take a breath in, feel that length. Exhale, come into our plank, knee to chest. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, knee to elbow. And then sweep it across to the other elbow. One more time to the same elbow. And up it goes, breath in. And exhale, feet together. Okay, let's come up onto our toes in the back. Crouch down and let our knees come out nice and wide. Look towards our hands. And then we'll step up to the hands. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. In that forward fold, make it feel good for you. Bend those knees to find that space in your back. If your lower back is screaming at you a little bit, feel free to rest your elbows on your knees. And just hold here for 2 breaths, just letting our back, the backs of our legs, our whole back body open up a little bit. Okay, and the next inhale, let's sweep the arms up tall, bringing the hands together over top. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's just take our hands, we're going to bring them down by our side in a nice little mountain pose. Take a breath here. And we're just going to circle our wrists a bit, okay? So as we circle our wrists, we can bring them up over top of our head. Maybe the eyes go up. Take that breath in, feel that length. And now exhale. See if you can rotate your wrists the other direction, bringing them all the way back down to our side. Okay, let's do a breath in, sweep up, fold. And exhale, fold forward. With your right leg, we're going to do the same kind of kickstand as we did in our down dog. So we're just going to bring our heel towards our butt, but we're going to keep our knees side by side. Feel free to have that standing leg bent as much as we need to. Now from here, let's lengthen that leg out behind us. Stretch those toes. Take a breath in. And let's exhale, plant that foot down, coming up into a nice little lunge. Okay, let's take a breath in. And exhale, settle into that knee. Let's open up into warrior 2 right away. So opening our back toes up to the side, sitting down into that knee. Good, let's take a breath in. Lengthen both legs up, bringing the arms over top. And exhale down into warrior 2. Breath in, sweep it up. And exhale down. Last one. And exhale, fall into that nice warrior 2. Good, let's flip our front palm, come up into our exalted warrior just for a moment. Good, warrior 2. And now we're gonna lengthen both legs and come up into a nice gentle triangle. Okay, so we'll lengthen towards the front of our mat with our arms. And then we drop that front arm down, resting either on our shin or maybe floating in front of the leg. Right arm goes up towards the sky. Okay, so take that breath. And now exhale, let's come up tall. Inhale. And now exhale, we're gonna sink down into our back leg, coming into a bit of a surfer squat. Just for a moment. Yeah, let's come up tall. Pivot back to the front, coming into our lunge again. Take a breath in. And exhale, hands to heart, feet together. Mountain pose, top of the mat. Okay, let's do a breath in, sweep it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale that nice halfway lift. Okay, let's plant our hands, and now we lift up our left heel in towards the glutes. Okay, again, feel free to bend that standing leg as much as you need to. Now lengthen the left leg out behind. Stretch those toes. And now let's plant it back, coming up into our lunge. Okay, take a breath in. Exhale, sink into that knee. A breath in, open up into warrior 2, other side. Okay, let's do a breath in, sweep the arms up. And exhale down, find your groove with your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. One more nice strong breath in and let it go. Good, now flip that front palm, exalted. Lift it up, drop your back hand down towards your leg. Back into warrior 2. Straighten that front leg, take a breath. Lean forward with your arms, stretch them forward, and then drop that top or front arm towards the bottom leg. Left arm up towards the sky. Take a breath there. And now come up tall, take a breath in. And exhale. We're gonna go down into that back leg again. Little surfer squat. Now we'll roll forward, coming back into our lunge. Take a breath in. And exhale, step that foot up, hands together in front of the heart. All right, guys, so from here, I want you to lift up the leg that is closest to me, closest to your TV, your phone, whatever you're watching this on. And I want you to step that back into a nice lunge, right? Now we're gonna pivot ourselves so we open to each other. How nice is that? Okay. Let's take a breath in and sweep the arms out, okay? As we exhale, we're gonna forward fold down towards our mat. And again, make this feel good for you. Sometimes we gently like to have our feet pointed inwards, just a little pigeon-toed. Feel free to keep those knees bent as much as you need to help release the back. Okay, the hands can hang down towards your mat. They can rest on your thighs if you'd like, if that feels better. So just pick a nice forward fold and just enjoy that stretch for a moment. Maybe find a little bit of fluidity within your back. Trying to release your neck. And just feel that little bit of movement, that bit of release. Let's walk our fingers over to the right. And find a nice stretch, focusing on that one side. And then let's take the fingers over to the other side. Nice full breath in and out. And now back to center. The arms, feels okay, sweep them out to the side. Let's bring ourselves all the way up. And from here, just squeeze your heels in towards each other a little bit. Okay, so heels are in. Just take that breath, arms out, exhale. Come down into just a nice little goddess pose for a moment. Hands can come into cactus if that feels good. We want to press our knees out so you feel that beauty stretch in the front of the legs, sinking the hips, trying to feel that bit of groundedness. Okay, breath in and breath out. Let's come up tall, breath in, arms up, and exhale, hands together in front of the chest. Okay, now let's heel toe the feet all the way together. Let's take a breath in and sweep ourselves into a chair pose. So sink those hips down, bringing the weight a little bit more into our heels so we can really let those hips sink down as low as we can. Now if it feels okay, let's rock onto our toes. Oh, and now drop the heels all the way, the hips all the way down to the heels. Okay, feel free to use your hands for balance if you need. Okay, let's bring those hands down in front of the heart. See if we can separate our knees apart. And I'll bring our hands down. Because for fun, crow's always fun. Some version of crow. Okay, so if you've done crow before, amazing, you go for it. If you haven't, I want you just to place your hands nice and strong onto your mat. Grip them like you're trying to palm a basketball. Okay, lift the hips up towards the sky. And we're just gonna place the top of the knees onto the triceps. Okay, and maybe this is it for you for today. Good, if it feels good, you can now lean a little bit of weight into those arms with your knees, keeping your eyes forward. Okay, and if crow is there for you, try and pick up one foot. Whoo, good, maybe 2 feet. Okay, pressing into those hands, leaning into the fingertips, getting those toes off the ground. Okay, hold wherever you're at for 3, 2, 1, and then we can drop those feet back. Let's press the hips up into the sky. Take a breath in with an inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Okay. And now let's come all the way down onto our knees and flip onto our seat. Okay. Last little fun stretch we're gonna do to try and find that lightness, that lift. Come into a bit of a butterfly with the feet, okay? And now we're gonna take our peace fingers and we're gonna wrap them around our big toes. Okay, so take a breath in, trying to find a little length in your spine. Your legs can be in close, they can be out far in front of you. Okay, find that lift. Find that little bit of release in your hips. Okay, now maybe we try and rock back onto our hips and see if we can't lift our feet slightly off the ground. Okay, now let's take our right leg and slowly stretch it up as much as we can, maybe halfway, maybe all the way. Bring it back in. Okay, let's try the other side. Send it up. Bring her back in. And now, we gotta try both, so take your breath in and exhale. Maybe we come to here. Maybe we get to stretch all the way. Hold wherever we are for 2 breaths. Okay, try to feel that lift in your rib cage. And slowly bring those feet back in and release them down. Nice, you guys. Thanks for doing this little class with me today, just to find a little bit of fun. It's a great way to start your day. It's also a great way to end the day, to just work out that last little bit of energy. So let's just take the hands, rest them on the knees. Okay, full breath in and out. One more full breath and release. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that leaves you with just a little bit more pep in your step, a little bit more joy in your heart. Peace.